Hey everyone, I'm Laura Leanne, and in today's video we're going to be canning ghee. Ghee is preferred in a lot of different situations. The first, if someone is lactose intolerant or maybe they're trying to steer away from dairy. That is because the lactose in butter has been removed, so they're going to be able to handle it a lot easier. The second reason is that ghee has a much higher burning point. So if you've ever tried to cook with butter, you know that it burns really quickly. That's because butter is going to burn at about 250 to 300 degrees, whereas ghee can go as high as 485 degrees. So if you are trying to fry an egg, you're going to want to use ghee instead of butter for that reason alone. Now, ghee will also last longer in your pantry than canned butter will, because it's not going to go as rancid as quickly, again because that lactose has been removed. So for these reasons, it's great to have ghee stored in your pantry. Once you can ghee, it's going to last for 5 or more years. You just want to make sure that you keep it in a cool and dark place. Okay, to get started, you're going to need 6 pounds of butter. Now you can do 3 or you can do 6 pounds, but I need 6 pounds done today. And for 6 pounds, I'm going to need 12 half-pint jars. You're going to need the rings and the lids as well, and a funnel. You'll also need your stock pot and a wooden spoon. You need cheesecloth and a strainer. Okay, let's get started. To begin, go ahead and wash all of your jars, place them on a tray, and put them in the oven at 350 degrees. This ensures that they are good and sanitized. Unwrap all of your sticks of butter. Place them in your pot. Turn the stove on to low and stir your butter so that it doesn't burn. Simmer the butter and bring to a low boil. It's going to have a fluffy foam. At this point, you really want to keep the temperature low because butter with the lactose has a very low burning point. The foam has formed a layer all the way across the top. Don't stir from this point on. It's going to continue to build up. Now this is a mixture of protein, sugar, and air. Just allow it to rest, and it's going to take about 3 to 4 minutes. Then you'll start seeing separation in the butter where the foam starts moving to the side. Now go ahead and listen to the sound of the bubbles popping, as it's going to change later on. Turn up the heat to medium-high. You're going to keep it in this stage until all the water has evaporated. And you'll know that when the color starts to change as the lactose starts to settle to the bottom. As you can see now, the foam has changed dramatically and the bubbles look a lot different. The sound is even higher pitched as these bubbles are now oil, and the milk solids are starting to move to the bottom of the pan. That's why it's a more yellow, vibrant color, and it's a lot less milky. Tilt your pan slightly so you can check the bottom of the pan. As you can see here, you have some of the lactose, the sugar, and the protein that are starting to stick to the bottom. We want this to be really good and caramelized, so we're going to give it a little bit more time. At this point, I am just going to skim off the very top layer of foam. I'm being careful to not disturb anything that's happening on the bottom of the pan because I want that to caramelize really well. Be sure to watch the final stages closely because you do not want the sugars and the protein to burn on the bottom, which would ruin the overall flavor. The lactose has now separated and has settled and caramelized on the bottom, which is exactly what we are looking for. Very carefully strain the ghee into 4 layers of cheesecloth to remove all of the extra foam. Carefully pull the hot jars out of your oven. Using a funnel, fill the jars with the liquid as close as you can to the top. But remember, this is extremely hot, so use caution. Clean the rims of the jars with a wet paper towel. add your lids and then hand tighten your rings. Now, because we are adding very hot liquid fat to these hot jars, we do not have to water bath them. The heat alone will force them to seal. Okay, as you can see, we now have what they call liquid gold. This is really an awesome product to keep on hand in your pantry for many, many years. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer these jars to a cooling rack where they can cool completely, and the final product will be solid. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to like and subscribe for more. Thank you and have a great day.